Hello and welcome to Autoportal.com, the car buying website that helps you buy better. Well, if you are in the market for a premium hatchback but don't want to go with the usual Japanese and Korean options, then Tata Motors has the answer for you in their new Tata Bolt, standing here right beside me. How good is the car? We'll find out on the show today. Well, just like the Zest, Tata have got the looks of the Bolt absolutely spot on. It's really well proportioned and looks like a very well balanced design. Key design elements of course include those blackened out headlamps, which are a first in class, the bumper which gets this trapezoidal grille in it, and the C-pillar which has been blackened out as well. Well, the big theme at the back is this huge chrome strip running just above the number plate. This helps reduce the bulk of the car, and yes, the tail lamps do look very small considering the overall dimensions that this car have. But in the overall analysis, this is one of the few cars which really stands out from a sea of premium hatchbacks in the market. Well, so here I am in the front seats of the new Bolt, and Tata Motors seems to be taking a lot of inspiration from Hyundai, because this cabin really does offer a lot of feel-good factor, just like the Hyundai cars do, and the quality levels have really been improved dramatically. In fact, this cabin really feels even better than the one on the Zest in terms of the quality. Of course, what Tata have done is given it an all black interior. There's no beige in it, so it feels very sporty, and you also get a lot of equipment in this car. The new thing that Tata Motors have done in this car is that they've given you a map system over here, which you can of course use through your mobile phone, and this map uses GPS. It doesn't use your SIM data, so that really helps you stay connected and really know where you're going, even if there's no network coverage in some places. This car's seats match the comfort levels of the one found on the Maruti Swift. The Maruti Swift is the benchmark in terms of front seat comfort, and this car comes very close to that car in terms of the comfort as well as cushion support. Well, in terms of practicality, it's not really a great place to be. Of course, you get a big tray over here where you can keep your cell phone at, and there's only one bottle holder over here in the middle, and apart from that, there are absolutely no bottle holders in the front of the cabin, and that can really be annoying if you're on a long journey. Well, on the plus side though, Tata Motors give you a huge glove box, and let me just show you how big it is by putting in all this stuff into it. You can put in of course 2 bottles or maybe more, those small chip cans, that little sweet beverage, chocolates. Well, so what that means is that if you are planning a long highway trip in this car, no one can complain of being hungry. And at the moment, I'm feeling a bit hungry, so if you don't mind, I'll just have a bite of this. And if I do act overexcited at the end of this review, you'll know exactly why. Well, so here I'm in the back seat of the new Bolt now, and as you can see, headroom is pretty good, and legroom is really good as well. In fact, there's a lot of place below the front seats where you can stretch your feet at, and this really is one of the best cars in its category for sheer legroom and comfort at the back. Well, seat cushioning is also very good. In fact, this car offers one of the best seat cushionings in this category, the premium hatchback category, and even under thigh support is very good. The support from the backrest is very good, and the backrest angle also is very good, which means that for those long journeys, it's one of the best cars to be sitting over here. Well, the Bolt is a big car on the outside, and that really does translate into a very, very roomy cabin. But unfortunately, the boot space isn't as generous as you'd expect it to be. It's pretty decent in terms of the size, but unfortunately, there's a little bit of suspension intrusion into it, and there's a bit of a loading lip. But what you can do to increase its capacity is that you can flip down the backrest of the seats, and because of course you have a split backrest, that really does aid practicality by some measure. So here I am driving the new Tata Bolt, and this car of course comes with 2 engine options. There's a 1.2 petrol and there's a 1.3 diesel, but Tata have given us just the petrol for today. Now this engine develops 90 bhp of power. It's a turbocharged unit. Well, just like the Zest, you of course get 3 driving modes to choose from. There's City, which is where the car starts in automatically at, and you also get economy as well as sports mode, and you can of course choose those 2 modes by pressing these buttons here. And a lot of people think that these are actually gimmicks that Tata Motors have used, but you could not be further away from the truth. These modes actually do work, and when you are in sports mode, this car of course feels more powerful. It feels like it has much more power delivery and torque available for that quick acceleration move. But when you are of course in economy, power comes in a little late, but of course it helps give you better fuel efficiency. Well, where the Bolt really impresses is in the refinement from this petrol engine. It really feels like a very refined unit, and that really goes to show you how much work Tata Motors have put in to this engine. And it's a very drivable engine. It starts responding from pretty low in the rev band, and that really makes it a very easy car to drive around town traffic, or even when you're on the highway. The spread of power is pretty good, so you don't really have to constantly keep shifting gears to keep it in the right power mode, so that really makes it one of the better and more easier cars to drive. Well, the steering on the Bolt is pretty light, and what that means is that it's a very easy car for parking in tight spaces, and also very easy to maneuver around town and dart around traffic. Of course, we will not recommend that, but it's not so light that when you take it out on the highway, it doesn't give you feedback and it feels nervous or completely inadequate. It has decent feedback on the highway, and it feels pretty reassuring and offers you a very decent and accurate feel to itself. Well, Tata Motors seems to have done a very good job with the gearbox as well. It really is a very slick unit now, and this is probably one of the best gearbox units that the company has made. And very light throws, very easy to operate, and doesn't feel notchy at all. In fact, it really is up there with the class leaders now. Well, even though the Bolt has a slightly soft edge to the ride, it is a very softly set up suspension. It still feels very stable and reassuring when you are on the highway, and that really is because of its longish wheelbase. It feels like a much bigger car than it is when you are pushing it on the highway. Well, Tata Motors seems to have completely nailed it in the premium hatchback segment with this new Bolt. It is a car which offers a lot of cabin space, a very comfortable interior, and a lot of features as well, and not to mention a well-engineered and peppy petrol engine. And what that means is that you should stop being a badge snob and purely consider this car on its talents and abilities alone. Well, and if you are in the market for a premium hatchback, you can of course also check out our Swift versus i20 video by clicking on this link below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to our channel by clicking on this link above. It's bye for now, and hope to see you soon.